Stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. In today's culture, that's labeled toxic masculinity. But Scripture reveals the truth. Strength rooted in love is biblical masculinity. Make your choice. Welcome back to the Choice Podcast. Been a minute. Now we're the middle of June, Josh. Episode, what I'm told, is 82.
Man, it's been a minute. I don't like it when we break for this long. It's like if we ever stop doing the podcast, I'm going to have to join a support group, or like something like AA or like a old ladies knitting club or something, because I miss this, man. I miss hanging out. This is refreshing. And it's not like I need one thing or another. I just need some community, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just get stuck in the daily grind, and it's not fun.
Yeah, you're right. And I'll tell you, I mean, we just finished small groups in May, and we don't start the next men's small group.
And it all happened at one time. Like, small groups ended, so we lost our Wednesday night men's group because it kind of ended for summertime. We're taking a little knee. And then we had to pause on podcast recordings because our church was doing VBS.
Fact.
And they commandeered the podcast room to accommodate some of these little children who need to learn about Jesus and Highland cows. So, you know.
Well, it sounds like it was well attended, and it went well. So
yeah.
We'll call it a success.
Good.
It was good.
Good for them.
I will tell you this. Whoever decorated the church for that event went, I'm talking not a little out. They went the whole way out.
Well, they decorated every square inch.
Dude, it was crazy. I'm talking crazy. Like, the amount of time, the man hours into getting, I mean, they're taking it super serious. They do a great job. It's so, I mean.
Well, they had a good response,
talking
too.
Months, not days or weeks, months of setup.
A lot of kids who do not go to church regularly that came here reported a great time. They really enjoyed it. So
good.
It reached out to a lot of children. And that's what it's about.
Yeah,
so
so in that same vein, and they were very gracious. Like, hey, look, we'll do your room last, the men's room that we use in your podcast room.
Yeah, they were good
so
to us.
we changed it up, but in preparation, we knew we were going to shut it down, didn't we, Maddie B?
Yep.
So this is like, I wouldn't call this the secret episode. I would call this like the secret follow-up episode. Because we now have, so in preparation for being off grid for 2 or 3 weeks, we put 3 episodes, and our super secret friend for season 2, Pastor Garrett, even joined us for one of them. And he might be here today. We'll see. He joined us. And so we had 3 episodes ready to go. You guys wouldn't have known. It'd been seamless. And wouldn't you know, the gremlins, man, the gremlins. How is it this, Josh?
The tech stuff came back and got us.
How do you do something 80 times, and the 81st time, it doesn't perform the same way it did the first 80?
I just think sometimes the devil gets in the computers.
Dude.
I'm convinced. You know, mine does that. But here's the problem. I'm so tech backwards. This is my logic. I type up an email. I put a few attachments. I hit send, and it says, cannot send, file too large. So what do you do, Matt?
Unlarge it.
Nope, that's not what I do. You know what I do? My tech
Burn
answer.
it.
How about now?
Throw it.
How about now?
Just keep
And
hitting
it
the
says,
send button.
Try again.
File too large.
Think again.
And I'm like, man, this thing is having trouble today. How about now? Like, somehow that's going to make it work, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, well, hey, look.
That's my tech answer.
So we've been off.
If my boss is listening, I'm actually smarter than that. I promise. Don't fire me. I work for a company that's pretty tech savvy. So
Josh is good at what he does. He's mostly
Marginally.
kidding. Marginally. But yeah, well, I'm going to get into that. But yeah, anyway, so you as you know, if you're listening and you listen routinely, that the last couple episodes, well, we've been out for a couple weeks. That was the intention to be out, but not the intention to not have shows for a couple weeks. We were ready to take a knee, but we had prepped for that. And then technology came back and the gremlins got us.
Yeah.
So we have 3 secret episodes now, 4 total. 1 from Arkansas and 3 from right in the seats we're sitting in. That and it was the sound thing, the video recorded.
If you want to see the video, we can post it, but you won't hear anything.
Yeah, what is it like? Kind of like, it sounds like Charlie Brown Teacher, Maddie B. Is that what happened?
It's just every 5 seconds, just That it's just you can't. It's just like
okay, nothing at all.
No, so it's kind of like remember the time we tried to call KOCOG?
Yeah,
that's what the whole podcast sounds like.
Yeah. Now it is what it is. So we're back again. So we had done I want to say Joby Bartlett, but that's not accurate. We did talk about that.
John Jay.
John Jay. We did a John Jay. We did a Founding Fathers wrap up, and then we had Pastor Garrett. But so what we're going to do is the last episode you heard probably talked about John Jay. He gone. We're not doing John Jay. I'm done. Not doing him again.
And it was a great one.
Throw him in the long grass.
Trust me here on this. John Jay was a good episode.
We did one. They just didn't hear it.
Yeah.
It's behind a paywall.
We totally fulfilled.
It's the worst paywall ever because the only thing you're going to hear is
never. Yeah, you can pay, but you're not going to hear anything.
You're just going to see our faces.
But if you read lips, you might maybe get something out of it, but not much.
Man, that was frustrating for a moment.
But
I'm
that's
over
okay.
Now.
You know, I mean, things happen and we move on. So our whole goal, as I understand them, and because we do things off the cuff, we don't even, here it is, our time, real time, 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Not as opposed to 6 a.m. in the evening, but we're 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. And I haven't had enough coffee to really get going yet.
So
I want everyone to know that.
We are still asleep. We're on the first cup of coffee. I'm a cup and 1/8 in.
You can tell by looking at your little white
I'm just
styrofoam.
Guessing. Well, I brought a fancier cup, but I'm guessing.
He's got marks in there.
Speaking of actual marks on cups, did you know, you have to know this, I know you do, but those red Solo cups have markings for total amount of volume, liquid volume?
Yes.
Yep.
How many years old were you before you...
It wasn't that long ago,
No,
actually.
I was probably like 37 years old.
Yeah, I would say within the last 5 years I learned that.
Because like my college self didn't care.
Right.
But like my 30-year-old self like saw the post or something. I'm like, this is probably the most
Game
amazing
changer.
thing. Yeah. Holy cow. Not that I use it for anything, but that's like the most man thing ever, Josh.
Yeah.
I don't use it, but to know it's there,
it's awesome.
that changes the game.
But I
100%.
But I could not recite exactly the details of that. I do remember it.
Yeah, it was like 1 ounce.
Yeah.
It for and then there was like 4 ounces.
And then 16 or something, or
12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anywho, you were saying before I rudely interrupted.
I don't know.
Welcome back to the Choice Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Choice Pod. Oh, it's early in the morning, so we're just so the
Softly
idea
set.
I think is going to be we're just going to kind of wrap up, put a bow around the Founding Fathers. We've done it enough. We've already had the 250th birthday. It was great. America rocks. And we
I don't know if we haven't had it yet.
We haven't had it yet. This one's going to come out
You're
in
right.
2 days.
We haven't had it.
But we did have a really, really bad dude event on the south lawn of the White House.
Ooh, yeah.
That was a bad dude.
Did you watch this? Did you watch that?
I have not.
Nope.
Josh?
I didn't get nerd out on it and go into all the news about it.
Man, so this was a couple weeks ago when this is coming out. This is going to come out in 2 days.
Yeah.
This is like the most recent podcast we've ever done because you're going to have it in 48 hours.
10-7 Big Land are probably our two quickest episodes we've gotten out.
That's awesome.
Oh, and Charlie Kirk. Those are our top 3 that we just did and got out.
So, yeah, the White House lawn, if y'all didn't watch it, my goodness gracious, bro, they did the whole
I was thinking about that before it happened. So listen, when January 6th went down, when that whole debacle went down a couple years back, my wife was like, hey, should we go to that thing on January 6th? Not the tearing up the Capitol or whatever, but like go see the event and whatever.
I'm pretty glad you didn't.
I was like, no, that's absolutely not where we're going to go.
Yeah, bad news, dude.
Like we can go to Golden Corral.
You know why I wouldn't have wanted to go?
Golden Corral,
yeah,
but
there's actually Golden Corral. The crowds might be rowdier,
right? And so
at least at the buffet line.
At the buffet line,
when that steak comes off and hits off the grill,
and somebody
every man for themselves.
The old dude in front of you sneezes in the eggs, and then you got to come on. No, I don't like. Yeah, buffets,
those eggs are yours.
Buffets were a thing when I was a kid. Like people liked going to buffets. Now I don't. I can't stand them. They're so gross. Anyway, whatever.
I think I saw a story a couple weeks ago that old boy got kicked out of the Golden Corral after 12 hours, and his argument was, it says all day buffet.
Yeah, that's right. All you can eat, all day buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, So when I saw that thing going down, I was like, man, there's so much hate and discontent for anybody who doesn't believe like I believe around America. That's kind of the theme lately in this country, that, you know, if you vote one way and I vote another way, we have to be arch enemies now or something. It's so stupid. I was like, man, I know without a doubt when this big to-do goes down at the White House and the UFC thing, people are so up in arms, somebody's going to go there and act the fool.
Oh.
I don't want to be a part of it. Like, would you go down there? Nope, not going. Not going.
I see. Yeah, there was actually, they foiled a terrorist plot.
Sure enough, there was a terrorist plot. Like 5 or 6 dudes already arrested.
Shout out to that mom who provided the tip. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, good for her. Good American.
Dude, so the setup was cool, but like you talked, this is the Founding Fathers episode, but I'm not sure that George Washington would have pictured like 2 giant dudes beating the crap out of each other in his backyard 250
Maybe not
years
Washington,
ago.
but who was the other president who had a boxing ring?
Who was it? You want to look it up, Matthew?
Was that oh gosh, Theodore Roosevelt? No.
I don't know. He's going to look it up.
You know who was starring in the boxing ring? The president
himself
was duking it out, dude.
Well,
so this is not the first time.
I saw that just this morning that Hunter Biden was talking smack on Trump, and he's like, I'll challenge you to a UFC fight. I'm not sure I'd mess with Trump. He's like 6'4", dude.
Yeah. And I don't know. Hunter Biden appears to be in good shape, but I think it's going to be a facade.
He's
the
a
dude's
crackhead.
all cracked out.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything. He'll come in there wiping his nose, and like he's just going to be all itchy.
He'll probably amp up on meth
What a
before
clown.
so he can just not feel it.
What a clown. It's not a political
It was
show.
Teddy
but
Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt.
You were right. What'd you say? You said that.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, you were right. Nice job. He also was the one when he won that hunted bears.
Yeah, he
Teddy
was a
Bear.
beast. He was a beast. There's a good show on Netflix about him.
Speaking of shows on Netflix, I watched Turn.
How'd you like it?
It was cool.
What's cool about it? Yes, it's definitely. I'm gonna use it as a verb. It's Hollywooded up a little bit.
100%.
So there is some of that, but it's based loosely on actual facts, which is cool.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Well, unlike this show, it's based loosely on actual facts.
Yeah.
Ours is not.
We sometimes spit facts. Other times it's just what we believe.
Yeah, we make them facts. If you say anything with enough confidence, Josh.
Well, if you get more than 2 or 3 of us to agree on around this table, it is fact.
Well, here's what
that's how we do stuff.
KFCOG.
Well, we'll agree on what you guys thought he looked like in a second based on what happened this weekend. But apparently was not the case. KOC, we love you. I don't know.
He needs to change himself.
They came in hot and bothered about the video. I'll tell you all about it. But anyway, real quick, speaking of things I think we can agree on, dude, they set the ring up. All right. And then Dana White and Trump, okay, the way they entered this event, and I'm talking it's on the South Lawn. There's another viewing area at the Washington Monument. It's a bad dude event, okay? They come out of the Oval Office, and I don't know what song was playing. I just saw the video, not the music, but I'm talking like 2 thugs walking down to the ring. Like, this is awesome. The president, for 4 or 5 hours, is sitting ringside. You know, the Secret Services probably have to be thinking, like, this is the best and worst thing I've ever been a part of. And so, but every dude that came out to fight, Josh, this is what I think you'll really appreciate. It was flanked by 2 people. Okay? So you got fighter in the middle. And they all came out of the White House. Like different rooms of the White House. They came and they followed them through the hallway and out onto the Rose Garden area or whatever else they go. Or the balcony, whatever that thing is up there. And then they walked to the ring from there, but flanked by 1 Medal of Honor winner and 1 9/11 first responder. So it was 3 people walking to the ring every time. It was the fighter and those 2 types of folks. Are you not telling me that isn't the most American thing that you can, like, I can see your eyes lighting up.
Here's the thing.
It was awesome.
Here's the
thing. And the fights were great.
People will hear that on the other side of the political aisle and bash it and say they were making a marketing ploy off of these. Shut up, man. We're allowed to be proud of our country.
Yes, and you saw what was happening on the White House lawn last June.
Fema la bouche.
Yeah, shut your mouth, Matty B. Give me a break.
How did Matty B all of a sudden become the target of this conversation?
That was
because I was just in the room.
Because he was sitting there listening.
It was a tongue-in-cheek comment. That's
Yes,
all.
I like it.
It wasn't meant
I
at
like
him.
it. I like
it was
it.
a with him.
Out here catching strays, man.
No, that was a fema la bouche to other
Yeah.
people, and in agreement, I looked like right, Matty B.
Yeah, I
That's
got
the
you.
part I did. I left one
Sure.
word out.
Sure,
Got you.
sure.
Dude, so anyway.
I'll give you some grace because
And
it's
then-
6:34 in the morning.
And
but-
then, well, not then. This was actually before. But the first thing was the flyover, dude. Okay. Well, there's more to this. I want to tell you more about this. We had no idea. We weren't going to talk about this, but now I'm fired up. The flyover was the Blue Angels flanked is called Super Delta. Blue
Which are
Angels
pretty
and
bad dudes.
Thunderbirds. Okay?
These are pretty talented pilots, right?
Well, you talk about talented pilots. Yeah. They fly inches or feet
yes,
apart, dude.
Yes.
In formation at
Their wingspan,
350
I don't know
miles
what you
per
guys
hour,
call it, but
roughly.
they are within errors of margin.
Inches, dude. They fly underneath. So if this is wing 1, wing 2, they're like this,
Yeah,
underneath each other.
yeah.
And so they were like Super Delta over the White House.
What's
smoke
Super
going.
Delta mean?
It means the Delta is like a triangle, like a Delta,
Mm.
right? That's a 4-ship. The Super Delta, because they added the Air Force Thunderbirds on the so it was like those 4 and the next 6, I think.
As a naval aviator, how do you feel about the Thunderbirds? Are they B-string, second rate? Are you just better because you're Navy?
Well, I mean,
I know you're a Marine, but you
know what they say?
You're closer
It's
to
a department of the Navy, but you know what department?
It's the men's department.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know you guys all exist to support the Army, but anyway, go ahead.
At what? At what? Anyhow, that's a whole different discussion. I don't know what we're supporting.
I don't know.
But now you got me on that one. So you got the
Super
Super
Delta.
Delta, dude, flying over the White House, like smoke rolling. It was just it was awesome, dude. It was as American
I
as
bet
it
it
gets.
smelled like America.
The only thing we were missing was explosions, and I didn't know. I don't know. Maybe they had fireworks.
There
on
was
them.
fireworks.
Yeah, there you go. Man, it was cool. It was super cool. And everybody's like, oh, this is that. I'm like, you're talking 2 dudes. No, actually, there was like 10 because there was like 5 fights. 10 dudes beating the crap out of each other.
If you
walking out with Medal of Honor recipients.
If
dudes
you had to say, if the president would have called you and said, Eric, I need you to tell me one more thing that I can do to make it even more American. You have 5 seconds to answer the question. What do you do?
I don't know if you could have.
I think you could have.
Oh, what is it? Dogs.
Oh, that would have been great. I'd have added dogs.
I don't know what.
I'd have taken some Guantanamo Bay terrorist prisoners in orange jumpsuits and chains and shackled and just parade them around the thing.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Oh, it gets worse than that. I mean, I don't have anything worse, but let my brain
I know where you're
marinate
going
for
next.
a second. It'll go.
Let's keep it a happy event, okay? A happy event.
They could have sold tickets like dollar chances to go slap a terrorist.
You know what would have made it better? No, they'd have had one match.
but you
This is
gotta
what,
back in.
actually, yeah. This is what would have made it better, Josh. You ever see?
Who does that? This is a Christian podcast.
America does that.
We really get into
This
like a
smells
lot of
like America.
fight other people topics.
What does America
routinely.
smell like?
Gunpowder.
Yeah, and apple pie
Beer.
and baseball.
What's the well, Jet knows what a baseball smells like, but I don't
She
know what a
does.
baseball smells like.
That's
you know
good.
the one thing they could have done that would have made it better?
What's that?
This is actually a good this could apply to a lot of sports.
I know where you're going.
What do you think?
Had some Army pilots and make it the Super Duper Delta.
That's the dumbest thing I've
Yeah.
heard of.
Somebody would have crashed.
And just by the fact that you said super with a duper on the end of it is
See why I love this, man? I miss this. We don't have it. We've been talking about nothing for almost 20 straight minutes.
yeah, it's fine. It's somewhat founding fathers. It's George's house. I didn't think he lived there though. He was in
No,
Philly.
no. Wasn't built yet.
Here's a rule
burned down
for
and
all of
rebuilt.
sports. We should always have an average Joe reference. You know? And so when we see like this guy does this, like there should be one average Joe game a year that we are required to watch. They promote across the planet and be like, okay, now I see what regular people look. So I think the only thing that would have made it better is right in the middle of that thing. Stop the prize professional fighters, and we had 2 So you two volunteers from the crowd whose names were picked out of a hat.
And like, here's this guy who's a janitor at a middle school.
Yeah.
And he is going to be fighting this dirtbag ambulance chaser attorney. And the attorney just gets
Before, like, you have tickets to the event and you put your name in a hat. You can fight, but there will be one match. We're drawing two random names. You put your weight on there because the weights have to match. Okay. And so that's it. So an average Joe event in the middle.
And
wouldn't that have been awesome?
And people would be betting on that like crazy.
Oh, yeah, you don't know anything about these guys. I think that would have been cool.
It would have been. Let's do it.
But dude, listen, when you get into those,
we can ask Pastor Tim if we can do that here.
For a fundraiser?
We'll call Dana White, see if we can buy the blow-up ring from him.
Oh,
do you know what it cost him, Dana White and the UFC, to put that on? It was something like $90 million investment.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild, man?
For what? Sorry, Garrett was texting me. He's going to be over here in a little while.
We better get this all out of our system before he shows up and start acting like we know what we're doing and we have ourselves straightened out. You know, this is the first podcast of its kind, this episode.
Why?
There's one thing wildly different than all the other ones.
What's that?
We don't have waters on the table.
Yeah, we don't have waters. That VBS really did a number on us.
Well, we had some stored here, but they're gone.
Yeah, they stole them. We don't call it stealing in the military. We call it tactically acquiring. But somebody tactically acquired an entire case of water. But here's the thing. So put to bed UFC event. Donation. It was awesome. We'll get the Founding Fathers in a second. But you actually tried to get some water this morning, I think, did you?
I did. I had such great intentions. I left the house. I only live
I'm going to get some more coffee.
Maybe about 10 minutes down the road at the most, 5 to 10. And I said, I'll just go pick up some breakfast for the fellas. Maybe I'll grab a case of water because I know that it probably got run through with the VBS. And not that I have an issue with that. It's our small donation to VBS, but there's a lot of workers here. It was hot that week, a lot of kids. If they need water, goodness gracious, drink water, right? But I said, well, I'll get the water first. So then when I go get the food will be hotter. I don't want the food to get cold in the car. I thought this through. I pulled over at Royal Farms. We stop there regularly on this podcast.
Rofo is actually it's moved itself probably in a number two position behind Buc-ee's of my favorite gas stations.
Really?
It's clean. The chicken's amazing. The gas pumps, there's plenty of them there. They're easy to use. They're up to date. I'm a fan of Rofo, Royal Farms, which I don't know why it's called Rofo and not Rofa.
We can call it Rofa.
Yeah, Rofa chicken. Rofo sounds cooler.
Yeah.
People who say duper say Rofa.
That's true. That's 100% true. You know what I don't like is Wawa, and here's why. Some Wawas are wonderful and clean.
There's tiers of Wawa.
Some Wawa bathrooms you walk into, you feel like you need a tetanus shot immediately. It's so gross.
Penicillin.
Like the toilet doesn't flush and it doesn't even drain.
Yeah.
It's just pooling up. Gross. Now,
yeah,
anyway,
that's disgusting.
Rofo is not like that. I've never had a bad Rofo. Anyway, whatever. So I get out of the car and I'm like, I'm going to go grab this water. Then I'll go grab us some breakfast. As I'm walking into the store, thank goodness, I check my pockets because I don't have my wallet with me.
Oh.
So
you should have called me. I'd have come over.
I have a relatively good reputation there, but I don't think I've got credit there.
No credit. You do have a reputation at Rofo?
I don't know.
They see you and know you?
That was totally a lie. I was just throwing that out there, but you unpacked it for me, so now I got to recant it. I don't have a reputation.
I was excited. I thought he was like, he goes there all the time. They like this guy. He's getting in.
They know this. I walk in, they're like, Josh.
There is a guy that I'm getting to know because I buy chicken there so often for the podcast. Another night. Look, here's another dude roll. We're going to get to the Founding Fathers. There's not much to wrap up. There's not much to wrap up except, we erased the board with all our
so now we don't know.
We're just going to make it up as fact.
Yep.
So, Christina and the girls are at the beach this week. And so you know what that means.
Yeah,
Eat out. That's what it means to me.
Yeah.
I looked around the house one time and I said, nah, I ain't making anything because it's just an effort. And here's what I'll tell you.
It's hard to cook for one person too. You know that. I mean, it's like,
you know what I did one time so far? I make grilled chicken from a bag in the microwave. I didn't even cook it in a skillet. I don't have time for that.
You know what?
That's what you do? And that's carnivore, by the way.
Yeah. You know what I used to do when I was single, Matty B? Don't do this. It's terrible for you. I was so lazy. I would get, I don't know, 10, 20 cans of peas and a loaf of bread. And at night, I would open a can of peas and eat peas out of the can, not heated, mind you, and a piece of bread.
Weird.
Because I didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't care.
I don't care about the food. I just need to not feel hungry anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if the only reason that we sit down as dudes, I think, for a good meal is because our wives are there to eat with us.
And because they told us to sit down.
Yes,
they said, it's dinner time. Yes, ma'am.
That's fact. Yeah, because you and me, I'm going to make some ramen. I'm going back to 22-year-old me. I was looking for ramen noodles. I want it easy. I just don't want to be hungry. And I probably want to watch TV while I eat.
Well,
I don't care about anything else.
There's this great comedian. He's a Christian guy, but his comedy is not very Christian message oriented. It's just not rude.
Just clean.
It's just not, it's just not cuss words and foul jokes.
Yeah.
It's just funny stuff about life. I'm going to mess his name up, but it's Nick Bargatze or something. But he's really funny. And he's like, what I've learned after 20 years of marriage is I don't know anything about myself. My wife does, but we go out to eat or something. My friend's like, man, this is really great. You want to try it? And he's like, I'll look right at my wife. I'm like, do I want to, I don't know what I eat. She knows what I like. They say, hey sir, how do you want your steak? He's like, I don't know how I like it.
Oh, because she does
She does. I just do what I'm told,
That's so funny.
And part of that's true. Now, for me, if you don't know how you like your steak, brother.
Yeah, I know how I like my steak. I tell you exactly how many degrees to cook it to. That's the one thing I do know.
I know two things.
But if it's just me by myself,
three
I'm
things.
not going to make a steak. I'm doing it because someone's going to eat with me or the Christina or the kids. Like, I'm not cooking myself. If I'm running solo ops, dude, I'm reverting back. If there were caveman that God created that we're not really tracking somehow, that's what I could revert back to.
Oh, 100%. Yesterday, the kids and Holly were gone, so it was just me.
I'm a Neanderthal.
They were here.
I barely wear clothes.
Oh, listen, this is how bad it was. I'm on my own for lunch. I could do a lot of things. So I get in the car and go to the store because I can't be bothered to check in the cupboard or whatever. And
I'd rather drive 30 minutes to the store and get food and drive 30 minutes back and spend an hour than spend 1 minute looking for food.
So what store do I go to?
It's true.
Rofo. And I have a nice, healthy meal of a cup of coffee, a bottle of water, and an entire bag of Sun Chips. That was lunch yesterday.
That's true. But that's just
But
us.
speaking of looking for something.
I bet women would make themselves a 5-course meal because they don't have anybody to bother them.
Yeah.
Not me.
Speaking of looking for something, Holly tells me this all the time. She says, if the refrigerator is completely empty, like I just emptied it out and cleaned it, and the only thing I put back was the ketchup, she said, you will walk to the refrigerator, open it, and stand there forever, and then say, where's the ketchup? She's like, but if we drive down the road and you see a parking lot full of cars, you'll say, hey, honey, look at that 78 OBS Ford.
Yeah.
She's like, but you can't find a bottle of ketchup in the fridge with nothing else in there.
That's funny. I agree. I'm the same way, but only with wild animals.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could pick a white-tailed deer
you do it with,
mile out.
You do it with birds.
And ducks, yeah.
100 miles away.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I'm driving.
I'm sitting in the blind, and he's like, that's a male wood duck. I'm like, where? Where's the wood duck, and how can you tell he's a male?
Called Drake wood duck.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, look, it's like I couldn't pick cars out of a Walmart
That'd be a
parking
cool
lot.
name for a dog, but I believe it's overplayed. Drake.
Yeah, but it would break your rule because it shouldn't be anything you'd say in the blind. That's like the whole you can't say.
I would never say that.
You would never tell.
You would say it.
No, you said don't say no.
You're 100% right, but I wouldn't know that it's a Drake up there.
Oh, okay.
So in my blind, the blind I'm hunting in, I'd be like, hey, here comes a bird. Should we kill it? Might be an egret. Might be an eagle.
Yeah, you need to
Might be a
supervision.
swan. But
when I take guys hunting, when I'm doing my, if I'm guiding vets or whatever else, like we have like a whole. I always thought safety briefs were stupid in the Marine Corps, but then when I started seeing guys hunt wild animals in a blind that's next to you when a federal offense is on the line, I realized why.
Safety briefs are great. What's the dumbest thing you ever heard at a safety brief?
Don't.
Because there's if you haven't had one, they say some things that are like common knowledge. They're like, guys, if you go out drinking, call a ride. Don't get in the car and drive.
This
Don't
is
be an idiot.
my favorite one. And they say, whatever you do this weekend, fellas, the sergeant major would tell him, he's like, don't increase or decrease
the population.
The population.
Don't add to and don't take away from the population, boys.
Exactly right.
We had a bunch of them like, don't run with scissors in your hand. Don't put things in your nose that don't belong there. Don't swim with power tools. Things like that. Like things that grown men should know, you know?
Yeah.
But that all comes back from some dumb military guy who's still active. And he's like, well, they didn't say it in the safety briefing. So
I'll punch that guy right in the nose.
I didn't know I couldn't put this drill bit in my nose.
Punch that guy. There's idiots out there like that.
Oh, dude, there's...
Again, we're saying that about them, but we're walking around in underwear. How many days we have to get to the founding? No, we don't. We got lots of time.
We can do whatever we want to do.
Yeah. We'll get to it, but I'm just saying not right now yet. How many days do you think, if we were left to our own devices, it's just an opinion question, that you and I and Matty B were all just like running solo ops, how many days would we go without a shower? If you're not interacting with anybody, you're just in the house.
The answer is always the same. We would go with no showers. We would go with no showers but one the last day.
Before you meet more people again.
That last 24 hours is hurry and clean up and try to hide evidence before the wife gets home that you live like a Neanderthal. So shower, straighten up a few things, throw all your dirty clothes that are now piling up beside the bed, that now put them in the clothes hamper or whatever you have at your house.
Yeah.
So that last 24 hours is like try to recover my Neanderthal behavior.
Yeah.
The real answer is, how long does it go before you stop wearing pants around the house?
Day one.
Yep. It happened Friday.
Oh, you were running solo?
Yeah, because all the kids were down in Richmond with Holly, and I was exhausted. So listen how dumb this is, Eric.
Okay. How many days would you go, Matty B?
Oh, what? Without pants or
no, without a shower?
Probably, yeah. If I'm not going out anywhere, because when I was during summer vacation, you're not doing anything, so I would just probably take a shower when my mom was like, "Okay, you need to take a shower."
Oh, very well.
Well,
all right. So Holly, Richmond.
I was exhausted. It was a long week. I'd worked myself in the ground, and I was this point. I knew I had one more big day. Saturday was me, one more big day. I just needed to relax and recover. Everybody's gone. I'm like, you know what I want? I want to take a hot bath. So I did. I got out of the bath. I was so hot. The water was fire.
I've taken a bath in a long time.
I couldn't cool off. So I turned the ceiling fan on, threw on some boxers, and I'm just sprawled out on the bed, right? And then I doze off. But wait a minute. Here's where it gets really funny.
You should have seen his arms. He's like starfished.
Yeah. I'm sprawled
By
out
himself.
on the bed. And then all of a sudden I fall asleep and I'm awakened by the dogs that start barking like crazy, which only happens when the kids come in the house.
Oh.
And the boys had a friend that was staying over the night, and Catherine had a friend staying over the night. And all I could see in my little brain was Catherine and her sweet little 12-year-old friend barging in the door saying, "Daddy, guess what we did?" Dude, when those dogs started barking, I jumped out of that bed so fast. I don't think I hit the ground before I made it to my closet. And I bent over to pick up some blue jeans to throw them on because you get them off the floor.
Naturally.
Which is where you keep them. And I'm like, I think I pulled a muscle in my back. So I'm listening in the house real carefully and I don't hear anything. I'm like, that's weird. Dogs aren't barking. I text Holly. I'm like, hey, you guys home? She's like, no, we're in Richmond. We're about to get in the car. I'm like, I just threw my back out for nothing.
What were they barking at?
It's probably a deer or the wind blowing or something. A leaf flew across the porch or something.
Squirrel.
They were keeping us safe from that squirrel, that evil, vicious
gracious.
squirrel. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Well, founding fathers. Let's at least wrap it up. What do you got, Josh?
All right, well, let's do this. Let's give a 1 minute. Let's just give our verdict on John Jay. Here's the deal. Go look up John Jay. Do an AI search if you want to. Give the evidence of John Jay's faith, who he was. You'll find out real quickly. Solid dude. Not often talked about, but solid dude.
Okay.
I hope you're pulling your notes up.
Yeah, I am.
My brain's not going
I'm
all
going
the
to
way
go
back.
with the overview of John Jay, since that's what we're going to do.
But I think we can at least land that John Jay was, in fact, a Christian, right?
Oh, he was a super
He was
super
not.
duper Christian.
Oh,
I did that.
I
for you.
drug you down to my level.
That's funny.
So he was not an atheist. He was not a deist. He was not agnostic. He was, without a doubt, a Christian man, 100%. And he was definitely a founding father. So have you got your notes on him up?
No, go ahead.
I'm running out of material here. But when Eric pulls his notes up, when he gets them up, he'll give you a little background, or I can find them if you need, brother. But the whole idea of the wrap up is this. We covered a small swath, that's kind of a funny word, of...
Swath is way better than duper.
We covered a super duper swath.
Stop! Please stop!
Of founding fathers. We didn't cover them all. You know, there's 52 signers of the Declaration of Independence. We could have picked a bunch of people and bored you to tears with 52 deep dives on their theology.
Okay,
or
yeah.
lack.
Here's the overview, of John
Okay,
Jay.
great.
I remember this now.
I was just stringing
who
words
was John
together.
Jay? He was. I didn't know we were going to do that, but sorry, I wasn't prepared.
I wasn't.
John Jay was one of the most influential yet overlooked founding fathers. Unlike Washington, the soldier, Jefferson, the writer, or Franklin, the celebrity diplomat, Jay was the nation's lawyer, diplomat, judge, and stabilizer. He was involved in nearly every stage of America's founding, and here's his overview. Revolutionary leader, diplomat during the Revolution, negotiator of the peace treaty ending the Revolution, remember that?
Yep.
Author of the Federalist Papers.
There you go.
First, this is the big one. First Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court.
That's huge.
And then like governor of New York. So that's John Jay. If you're the founder of our nation's legal system, you're a founding father.
It's
dude.
one of the critical parts that holds this nation together.
All right. And so then let's see. He created the Supreme Court, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what it says about what he was a Christian. It's interesting. So Washington can be debated, Jefferson can be debated, Franklin can be debated, but Jay is much harder to debate. His most famous quote is this: "Providence has given to our people the choice of their rulers, and it is the duty as well as the privilege and interest of our Christian nation to select and prefer Christians for their rulers." There you go. Yeah. Another quote: "By conveying the Bible to people, we certainly do them a most interesting kindness." And then what's the saying on the steps of the Supreme Court? Something.
Help me.
No, it has something to do with under God we serve or something like that, Matty B. What is that? He was Anglican, remember?
A lot of them were.
Yep, Anglican. And after the Revolution, he became Episcopalian. If he'd have known what that had turned into, he wouldn't have become Episcopalian.
Nope.
All right, so anyway, strong Christian evidence. So that's John Jay.
Yeah, so... Thank you. Sorry I sprung that on you, but I didn't know I was going there either. So it wasn't like I knew and didn't tell you. I just didn't know. My brain just turned to that page.
Took that path late, yeah.
So the whole point of this was to talk about whether or not our founding fathers were in fact Christians. We went out of our way to find a good mix of both. And I'll be honest with you, when you start reaching this from a more zoomed out view, and it becomes very hard to find atheists or people in the atheism camp. We
didn't find one.
There's only one, and he's not technically a founding father, and that was who?
He wasn't in our list.
Yeah.
We had one guy, was it Jefferson? That was theist guy?
No, it was the one that's a true atheist. It's the one outliner that I threw in there on purpose. I can't remember his dumb name.
Our board got erased.
What is it?
He's a pain.
Thomas Paine.
Thomas Paine. And I put him in there just because.
Oh, Matty B. What a guy. He came through.
Yeah,
okay.
he did. Matty B hooked us up.
With a picture.
So the whole point
Good
was
job.
we wanted to go out of our way to keep our podcast above board and above reproach. Look at how I'm using big words in the morning.
Just trying to make up for the duper comment.
So Yeah, you just wait. I'll keep throwing it out there. But the reality is the majority of our founding fathers did have a faith in a creator God, and the majority of them would have considered themselves God-fearing, Bible-believing Christians. That's just a reality. You don't have to like it, but you can't change the history. You can be mad about it. You can be anti that or whatever you want, or say we're not that now. You can say all of those things. The reality is what happened happened. This nation was founded by the wild, super duper majority, which was Bible believing, God fearing, creator, God Christians.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the list. You ready? You want me to go over it? I have it now because Matty B is a hero.
You should have it too. I sent it to you. So if you
all right, founding fathers list, and the criteria were name, or the categories were name, founding father, and were they Christian? George Washington, founding father. And originally we didn't put him as a Christian, or we were a question mark.
Because we were, now let's clarify. And I will say this.
Because he left during confession. He didn't have, remember?
No, he left her in communion.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Here's the reality. In today's culture, he would be a radical Christian.
That's a good point.
By today's
our standards, which were super
our,
scrutinous.
We set our bar so high, again, to keep ourselves above board. The dude was a Christian. He did some things that one could argue are unorthodox or not whatever, in line in some ways. I would argue is potentially
that's when we started to realize our standards were tight.
It could have been that he was doing them from more of a righteous stance than...
But we updated it to Christian later.
Yep.
Tom,
sure.
That was appealed in the court of the appellate court. Thomas Jefferson, founding father, yes, and then we were thinking he's a DS, Jewish, or Christian. We weren't sure. There's a lot of reasons. Remember the Jefferson Bible, et cetera, et cetera. He took his moral teachings out without the miracles.
Again, he didn't call it the Jefferson Bible, nor did he want it to become considered as a Bible.
Yeah, good point.
What he was doing was removing all of the supernatural references from the Bible and to just look at it to see if it would still hold up as good quality teachings for a society to base themselves off of.
Yeah.
So you can, if you're not looking at that through an honest lens, you could make that a black mark on him, a bad mark, but it could also be
Field.
Never mind. You can continue. My mouth doesn't work, or my brain, one of the two.
Well, okay, so Ben Franklin, founding father, yes. And then we said he's definitely at least a theist. He might be a Christian. The problem, he had a scientist mind. So he was always looking for, here's the thing. This is a good take for the fellas. When we focus on the creation, we a lot of times miss the creator, right? Mm-hmm. We focus on, he's a science guy, on what he's done in the environment and understanding the environment. But we don't follow the logic chain up the hill to be like, well, how to get there.
Yep.
You know, we spend a lot of time trying to understand the creation, which takes our focus off the creator, which is a tactic of the enemy, I think, by the way.
Well, and I would add to that lots of people that are in that same science vein or that science field, they want to be able to explain everything.
That was a nice sound effect, whatever you did there a minute ago.
And when they can't get to the explanation, they leave the question.
Yeah.
So they will explain, no, this happens because of this. Photosynthesis happens because of that. Shut up. The fact that photosynthesis is a thing, and also the fact that I can even pronounce it twice correctly, is a miracle of God.
Dude, and I saw the other day a video. I actually I doom scroll too much. I'll admit that. That's a confession. I need to break that chain. But I saw a video the other day of plants, like when they did this whole goofy 4K ultra HD camera on some plants, watching the photosynthesis actually occur because of the filters they put on it. Dude, it's legit. It's putting off this gray, vapor haze thing. I'm like, that's amazing. The plants are doing that. Anyway. Sam Adams, yes, founding father, yes, Christian. Josiah Bartlett, we said no, and then we said yes on founding father. Definitely a Christian. Thomas Paine, neither a founding father nor a Christian.
But he was an influential historical figure, but because he was the only one that brought a true atheist view, I wanted to include him just so the other side was represented by an idiot.
And then Elias Boudinot, we never did. We said we were going to. George Mason, yes and yes. John Jay, we are now saying yes.
And just so you know, spoiler alert, Boudinot, definitely 100% Christian. But here's the thing.
You said he's a founding father?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Founding father and Christian. Look him up. Go look him up. There's your homework. But yeah, so the reality is, I think we've nailed it. This is a Christian nation that was founded by God-fearing, God-believing men. Now, you can answer for yourself if we're still a Christian nation or not. President Obama said with his very mouth that we're not. But he's also said a lot of things with his mouth that were
his middle name
inaccurate.
was Hussein.
Hussein, yeah.
Give me a break.
Insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Insane in the Hussein. Yeah, give me a break.
Yeah, that was a dumb comment. But
he was also born in Kenya, most people believe. I say
Well,
most people that I talk to.
most people in Kenya believe it.
Oh, they do?
So a buddy of mine was working.
All right, so we wrapped it up. We'll get in. That's where we'll finish. We wrapped it up. We're a country founded on Christians. Give us the gavel rap. So it was awesome. All right, happy birthday, America, Kenya.
Court dismissed. Yeah, so my buddy worked for State Department.
This is interesting.
And
I love conspiracy theories.
he
on
was
this
there.
podcast.
We're going to talk about conspiracy theories next.
Yeah. We can lead off with that one. We're almost done.
So the point is, he was with State Department during Obama's tenure in the White House. And he went ahead of President Obama to Kenya for a state visit. First time he was returning there in a long time. And he shows up, and right as you leave the airport in Kenya, heading down the highway, doing a route reconnaissance, there's a massive billboard. And it's a picture of President Obama, and it says, "Welcome home, President Obama."
That's funny, dude.
But most of the Kenyans believe that he
do.
was born there.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean-
I don't know. I don't really care.
Which, you know who else? Yeah,
There-
Kenyans and people with common sense.
There's a lot of importance to why that question needs to be answered. But at this point in my life, I don't care a lot.
Yeah, I don't really care that much. It is what it is.
But yeah, I agree.
It's good to talk about. So if you're telling me I can't talk about it, then you can go pound sand because I'm going to. I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
It's interesting. Stop limiting our speech, which is one of the most American things of all time.
that's absolutely right. That you have the right to be an idiot and say whatever you want to, short of fire in a movie theater.
Yep. Yep.
Unless, of course, there's a fire.
Well, we made it to the end, Josh. I mean, we can keep it.
We
We're
did.
a little
This
shorter
was
than
good.
normal. I like this.
This was
though.
good.
Yeah. And
This
so
was a fun get back in the saddle thing.
I agree. And the next episode you guys will hear come off in a couple minutes in real life and then 1 week in podcast life is the intro and overview of the next series we're going to do, which is going to be a testimonial series, right?
Yeah.
Because some of the best
We'll
yeah.
talk about that in the next podcast, right?
Yep, that's what we're going to do. And so stay tuned for that. I actually am excited to get into the next one because we spent a little bit of time just in the last 2 months, we didn't really dive into, we hadn't opened the Bible up a bunch. We opened it and referenced things, but we weren't, digging in. And so we've done, so far in, the first 80X episodes, we give a Bible overview. We kind of spent time in the middle there talking about manly topics. Then we just spent some time on American stuff, which is awesome for the birthday. And next we're going to get into testimony stuff.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, it's really... because that's really the rubber. So you've got the foundation. You've got how do men view the scripture. You've got, let's talk, what it means to be a Christian in America, or are we Christians in America? And next is where the rubber meets the road on lives people have
how
lived.
does that play out in life?
Yes,
Yeah,
and how
that's
does
good.
it relate to the foundation we've talked about?
It's good, man.
And so we'll talk about. I just got the goosebumps thinking about how this is going to go.
we
But
got to talk about KOC too, though.
we will. You're gonna like that. Josh and Maddie B. I guess we're a little surprised. I'm actually excited about this, and I might call him and once we're done talking. And
You can call him. You can call him while I'm talking about it.
this is great. Okay, so the next episode we'll come back with the testimonial stuff. Pastor Garrett will be here maybe this morning with us. But until then, remember this, friends: men of the world follow trends, Josh, but men of the faith, like most of the founding fathers that we've just listed, in the last few weeks, they follow truth.
Make your choice.